Hey guys, it is August 16th, and this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. I just wanted to make a video today. Um, my air conditioner's out, like everybody's air conditioner's out, or out in the condo, um, because like the motor blew on the main unit outside. I kind of wanted to use this example. I left yesterday. There was some flooding here, and I left my condo yesterday. I came back, and the air conditioner wasn't working. And my air conditioner had gone out at the charity that I work at. And I kind of was, I was like, did they turn the air conditioner off? Did they send somebody in here to cut my air conditioner off my place? Because when it gets hot, this stuff gets worse. Last night it was the worst that it's gotten. And it wasn't just because of that, but I'll get to that in a second. But I do want to say that because I didn't know a lot about air conditioners, the power went out because of the flood and everything like that. And so I was like, did they come in here and shut my air conditioner off? Because it was really hot. It's happened at the charity that I work at. So I wondered if my main organizer had done that, but that was because I didn't have enough knowledge that all these units are connected to a main unit. Like I just don't have that. I thought we all had individual units. I thought about it last night. I was like, I think everybody's air conditioner's off, but I kept going back and forth. I was like, did they come in here and mess with my unit because the one in the charity got messed with? And these guys, it seems like, they're going really hard on me. So that's, I just wanted to say that's a byproduct of what we're going through. Something may just happen that's a natural occurrence. Like everybody's air conditioners are out here until they get a part ordered for the main unit. But I thought that it played into my to my gang stalking. Um, I do want to say that like it was so bad last night, partially because it's hot. Um, Whenever there's a change like in my environment, my main organizer will hit me harder because he knows that he can hide it within that. He knows that if something happens, or if I say that it was worse, somebody can say, well, your air conditioner was out, you were hot, you've told us that, so they kind of connect it to that. So these people are trying to play kind of psychology with what they're doing. But last night, I got on some conference calls, very good conference calls. They were hitting me, my main organizer, they were hitting me in the top of the head, like right where, in the middle right here. And it hurt so badly. Um, and then this morning I woke up with the side of my head just hurting, feeling like just the nerves are frayed and the muscles are just cooked, and just a lot of pressure on them. What they were doing last night it felt like they were putting pressure on my actual brain. Um, and I'll feel like I'll go like this, and I'll feel heat on my hand, so I'll feel a beam. I kind of question though. I question everything because it's been 7 years. This guy, there's no accountability with the directed energy weapon program. It's going along with DHS fusion centers. They have a lot of time. It's all they do. So they come up with tricks to discredit you, tricks to deceive you, so that you think something else is going on. I'm really still not even sure, that there are people up above me. Because last night they were hitting me very hard. They hit me harder when I'm here, when I'm in my place. But I've heard from other TIs, and I've experienced it, that they do hit you harder when you're where you live because they do want you to think it's neighbors around you. And mostly, I think, most of the stuff that I'm getting right now is remote. The remote neural monitoring is crazy. It is what I think that they're doing is they're hurting my head and my neck, my spine, my brain so much that it's basically changing those neural pathways, and that trauma is changing those neural pathways. So now they can even microwave a whole phrase in. And they do it. They have somebody dedicated to the remote neural monitoring while they're targeting me. I don't know how they would do this. I guess maybe they have two remote stations or remote platforms. Maybe they have more monitors or workstations where they are, so they can dedicate a line to remote neural monitoring. The V2K is some looping and some of them really being there. Why I question if there's people above me still, I still do not know. And I just keep going and knocking on the door and nobody answers. So that's kind of telling me, by now I've knocked probably like 10 times up there, maybe less than 10 times, but like about 10 times. Somebody would have peeked their head out, to be like, hey, what do you want? Even if they were up there participating, I'm not sure. Because I hear vibrations and footsteps, but with this stuff, they can even, vibrate other places with this energy. They can definitely do it with V2K to where you hear a sound like footsteps or something like that. But I think maybe even when I hear what I hear is somebody maybe placing something, they can actually make a vibration there with this directed energy. I'm just not sure. I have to prove stuff. The main thing is I do know they're hitting me hard. They're hitting me hard with remote directed energy. The remote neural monitoring is so terrible because it's playing with my emotions while it's forcing phrases and imagery into my head. This is very bad, because even at a point last night where I couldn't move on my bed because they were hitting me in the head so hard, just at the top, and it felt like right in between, and I don't know if this is, your skull's hard, so it could be pain, and I could just be thinking that it's going through, and it feels like it's microwaves, but it's hard to know if it's actually cooking my brain with the microwaves that they're using, because a lot of that could be remote neural monitoring. This stuff is dangerous because if you have a thought in your head, they'll play off of that thought while they really hurt you, but they may not be hurting you in the way that you think. I guess that's making a complication. They're hitting me in the head, and they're also, playing with my emotions. So it gets very, I even had a thought where I felt like empathy for this guy who was murdering me, for this main organizer last night. And that's a crazy thing. They're trying everything. They're even putting phrasing in my head that would be like ego driven towards me, like oh, this guy, he's gonna be a tough one or something like that, and it's not my thought. So they're going full circle kind of with the remote neural monitoring. I can tell that they're doing it, so they're trying really weird phrases and stuff like that. It's really terrible, and it's while the V2K goes on a loop, and then sometimes they're there because my main organizers, they do this as a job. They do it in shifts. Even right now they're hitting me in the throat, because I'm making a video, so they definitely want to hit me. They want to kind of make me look nervous or whatever. They're hitting me in the throat and the chest. I don't care if I look nervous. I am nervous. This is very bad stuff. And it's hard to know at this point after 7 years, oh, okay, well, there's a person above me, and then they're hitting me remotely too. The weaponry is so sophisticated, and it can do a lot of stuff to your audio cortex and your visual cortex. With V2K and with actual, they can make vibrations and things around you, so it's hard to tell. You got to get a lot of facts to know what's going on around you. The bad thing is, if there isn't somebody upstairs, they are capable of hitting me remotely very, very hard. The pain to the top of my skull last night, and right now they're doing it too. It's like right here on the front and right here in the middle. I felt like, I died a little death last night. It pushed me a little bit further. And what this does is when they traumatize you, and you look at Brian 2's videos, I don't fully believe in an AI like an AI remote neural monitoring. I kind of think that it is, and they really hit me in the throat so that my voice will shake. Um, I don't think, I think it's very automated. I think there's software for the V2K, there's software for the remote neural monitoring. It may react to things that your brain things that your brain is doing, like your visual cortex is doing. But it's just a sophisticated technology. It's a stream of energy hitting your head. I don't necessarily believe it's an AI, that's just going off of your last reaction. I can see where people go there, but I think mine is very directed by people. It's very, very painful. The good lady was going crazy last night because they were on the V2K saying we need to go ahead and kill him tonight. And I don't know, they hurt me really hard for a couple of hours. I was sitting in bed just like, and I felt like I was going to die. It was just like my visual cortex was just kind of, it was like this kind of blue blinking. I wasn't able to think anything. And they stopped for a little while. So I'm not sure what their motives are, to just traumatize me and keep going, and try and get the remote neural monitoring working better, or if they do really want to kill me one night. I'm not sure of their motives. I know that this guy's getting a lot of money out of this. When I go out, there's still tons of one-light cars. And this is like right after a huge flood. And I did a video to respect that. I didn't want to, talk about my situation. But it got really bad last night, and so I need to go ahead and document it. And they're hitting me in the throat right now so that my voice will shake. I'm not shaky on this. Like, I'm not nervous about making a video about this. Like, y'all know where I'm at. I'm already past the point of where, I'd be nervous or like, ooh, what are people going to think? But they do want people to look like that. The main thing about this is discrediting you. Now, with how advanced this technology is, it's not that hard. If somebody doesn't know about these directed energy weapons, and you're so far along in this program, to me it seems like you're very easily discredited. So we just got to talk intelligently about it and keep talking about it until people, people start to realize that it really exists. And I saw, actually, I wanted to say, somebody was talking on the conference calls, and she was saying that they were hitting her in her chakra points. She was a targeted individual who they actually electronically raped a lot. And I'm definitely not going to say her name. I don't even remember her name. But she was saying that they electronically rape her, and then they'll hit her in her chakra points, and she felt like they were putting their negative energy in those chakra points. She felt like they were, putting themselves, their personalities onto her. What I want to say about that, and I know she's a target individual, they're probably hitting her with remote neural monitoring and a lot of stuff that's very hard. So it's hard to know what's going on. But what they might do is, if you have an idea about this, and even now, they might be affecting what I think that they're doing. Even like talking about it last night on V2K, saying they were going to kill me, could have been, some kind of strategy to stress me out, to cause more trauma while they're hurting me, while they're, hitting me with beams in the head, to traumatize me so that the remote neural monitoring can work better. So you've just got to be aware that if you have a thought of exactly what's going on, they might actually use that to make you think it more, and to make you more cemented in that knowledge of, okay, well, they're putting their personalities on me with energy somehow. I don't necessarily think that they can do that. Like, she's talking about a hive mind and how they can put their personalities onto you with the directed energy weapons. Please comment if you think that they can do this. I think it's a little bit more simple and a little bit more complicated. I think that there is a stream of energy that goes to your head for the remote neural monitoring. They traumatize you. They hit you in the head because they want to traumatize your brain so that your neural pathways are more susceptible to that remote neural monitoring, to phrasing, to images, to even feeling.